Welcome back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, episode 345 with my homeboy, Drew Dunn. What's up, brother? Nice coming on.
Of course. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Great
Like
to be
Johnny
here.
Carson.
Great to be here.
You got an anecdote ready for me?
Yeah, I just ran across traffic. You know, traffic is these days in this city. Let me
It
tell
is a
you
little
about
tricky to
traffic.
find the entrance. It's a very nice studio, but it's hard to find the entrance.
Yeah.
It's on the wrong side of Cahuenga.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know what Cahuenga is, but, you know, it's good.
So it's a local reference.
It sounds like a Native American slur, if I'm being honest with you. Those damn Cahuengas, you know, and they're...
You always do learn the swear words first in another language. I wish I knew how to swear in like Navajo or something.
Yeah.
Or one of those those African languages where they click.
Oh, yeah,
Like a click swear.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
My buddy can do like one of those really loud clicks, like that, like the ear piercing ones. You ever have a friend that can do that? Like I've always tried to do that, but you
Dude,
make
I can't even
between...
whistle. I can't even do like that loud whistle with my fingers or with just like my
really?
raw tongue. No.
I learned how to do it.
I
But
can
I'm
whistle
not...
regular, but I can't do that
Like,
that baseball game whistle.
Yeah, I can do that whistle now. I've learned, but I'm not 100% on it. So like half the time I do it, and it's just fuck.
Do you go fingers or you just go?
Yeah, I'm fingers.
Okay.
2 fingers, 4 fingers in. You know, however many I can fit. Really, I just.
You fist yourself?
Yeah, it's better with 2 dicks, but if all I have is my fingers.
I whistle Dixie when there's 2 dicks in my mouth.
Yeah. Luckily, at any sort of sporting event, there's usually a couple around, and I can cheer for my team.
So what brought you out to LA, brother?
I was in Colorado, and then I'm doing San Diego next weekend. So
When you hit the road, do you do like a long stretch, like where you stay out?
when it makes sense to.
Okay.
Like the longest I did was this past January. I was out for like almost a full month.
Oh wow!
And I basically just went right down the West Coast.
Just
besides
rental
here.
car and straight down.
No, I flew to Vancouver, and then I took every mode of transportation. I took plane, train, automobile, and a boat. The whole thing. So I went to Vancouver, did the House of Comedy up there.
Nice.
Took a ferry over to Victoria Island, did Hecklers and a couple local shows.
There's a comedy club on Victoria Island.
Yeah, it's called Hecklers Comedy Club. It's in like the basement of a hotel. And they used to, before the pandemic, they were doing like 4 nights a week. Now it's just 2. But it's great. Really, really awesome.
Yeah, man. I did Vancouver the first time earlier. Shit, I guess it was last year.
Yeah.
Fuck, May of last year. Fuck, where the time go?
That's what I'm saying.
And I loved it. But I consider myself an amateur outdoorsman.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I didn't make it up to Victoria Island, so I got to go back next time.
Yeah, Victoria Island's cool, man. It's almost like a Martha's Vineyard, like to them. It's like a little vacation.
Oh, to them, I was going to say it seems it's a lot more rugged than Martha's
no,
Vineyard.
but the city of Victoria itself, rather than the
gotcha.
whole Vancouver Island, like the city of Victoria is just very like Nantucket-y almost, where it's just the locals that live there and then tourists that come through and shit like that. But yeah, so I went from there, and then I went to Seattle, and then did club comedy there and a couple local things as well, and then took a train. I did an overnight Amtrak train, which I'd never done before. It's 24 hours on a train.
Did you get a sleeper car? Or did you just sit up?
No, I got a
Fancy.
room and stuff, and
a
a
little
little roomette,
A little jerk booth.
Yeah, a little jerk booth, exactly. Just doing Harry Potter impressions the whole time. Anything from the trolley, dear? We'll take the lot.
I would want trading places.
Yeah, and then I did Sacramento, California after that, Laughs Unlimited, and then went to Vegas, did a week in Vegas at Brad Garrett's, and then went home. So that was like a solid month, which I don't know if I liked that, doing it that way. It was nice though, because I had balance. I had a few days off here and there, so it wasn't just like go.
How did your wife feel about that?
Well, she was with me actually. She came with me.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
do you do that a lot?
When it makes sense and when it's like places that are fun to go to.
She doesn't have a day job. She just fucking.
Well, she works. She's on YouTube. That's like her day job now.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, she blew up on doing Animal Crossing videos on.
What's an Animal Crossing?
It's a Nintendo Switch game. So she plays like video games on YouTube now for her job.
Wow, 2 people in show business. Look at this.
You know what that means?
What was she? I didn't even know she was like. Is she just like?
Well, she's
like
not
over the pandemic. All of a sudden, her Twitch took off or something like that.
Well, she's not real. So
it's really me.
It's really just me.
Yeah, you're catfishing all your male followers.
Damn right, dude. They said it's easier to make it as a woman. I said, let me give it a shot.
It definitely is on Twitch. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, but people like watching hot chicks play video games way more than ugly dudes.
Well, she actually didn't even show her face until like probably a month or 2 ago.
Just her feet?
Just feet. It's only foot cam.
Just the controller and her toes?
Yeah, and weirdly knees. People are really into knees. So that's what she's been doing. She can do that wherever. She's just editing videos and
what
doing shit like
what kind of YouTube following she got? Like how much bigger in the showbiz game is she than you now?
Well, I have 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. She has 240,000 subscribers.
All right, so she does not need a day job anymore.
Yeah, I would say exponentially more successful and bigger than
Jesus.
I am. Yeah,
all right, that must be nice to have a little sugar mama.
It's nice. I mean, it's ups and downs with YouTube as it is with anything, especially with video games, because like video games go up, everybody plays deploys it, and then it goes away. So you have to find a new wave to ride almost.
Okay, but yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's you're never gonna break like the censor doing a video, or like unboxings or anything like that.
Yeah,
This podcast will get demonetized.
Totally. Yeah, no, she's getting
this
like
will be demonetized once it gets big enough.
Yeah, she gets way more, like they call it a CPM on her videos than most, like than I would on a podcast or stand-up clips or anything like that. So that's what she does. And I mean, the good thing about us both working in that is that we can do shit like that. We can go travel.
Kick off
the bad thing
is
we don't have insurance or any way of getting it.
Yeah, but I mean, I've heard people can make good money with the YouTube ads and whatnot.
You can.
I mean, I guess it all depends on. I'm trying to figure. Everyone's got to be a fucking computer scientist now, trying to unwrap an algorithm so they can get paid. But like, I know guys who don't have 2.5 million or 250,000 followers.
Yeah.
But they are making enough a month doing whatever they're doing, but they do like a lot of videos every day.
Yeah, right.
That kind of stuff.
She streams like a few times a week, and then she'll post 1 to 2 videos a week kind of thing.
Okay.
Because hers are very like research based on the game. She's like she plays the game when she's on stream, but she's also just like breaking down mechanics and how the stuff works and going into the background stuff. So it takes a bit of time.
I'm sure there's like YouTube millionaires out there that just show you how to like fix the bobber on your toilet.
Oh,
little like all that little stuff. They just make so much bread. Because how often are you looking up like how to change a tire? That fucking video's got 25 million views.
Dude, I found that guy, dude. His name's like Dad Tips or something like that, and his angle is like, if you didn't have a dad, I'm going to show you all the stuff a dad is supposed to show you. And he's like, here's how you change.
Here's how you penetrate your wife.
Here's how you fuck a woman. Here's how you make her come, which is 2 different videos. The whole series
with 2 different guys.
Yeah. Here's how to get cucked. Here's how to sit and watch,
They get cucked out well.
Yeah, exactly. It's a technique. Not anybody can just do it. So no, it's good. I mean, the road's fun. I'm just on like a 1.5-week run. So I went Colorado, then San Diego, and rather than doing like cross-country flights back and forth, I was like, I'll just come kill a few days in LA and try and do a few shows. And
pop on this bullshit podcast.
I came here just for this.
Just for this. All in LA just for this show.
Yep, damn right.
It's Joe Rogan, then me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm working my way up.
If you do a ... between the
exactly.
rankings,
With the ellipses.
Yeah, right.
So how long have you been living in New York, dude? Because we know, for those that don't know, Drew and I know each other from back in Boston.
Yeah.
He was a big shot by the time I was starting and took off.
I guess a big shot, yeah.
I mean, relative to me, I was fucking, I was slumming it in the Green Dragon with, with Big Al and the boys.
Yeah. The fucking Green Dragon, dude. Where comedy goes to both live and die.
Dude, that might be apparently that's like the longest running open, quote unquote open mic. Of course, Jesse Cashin decides who goes up and how long. Like, should stiff a bunch of guys, not really open. But I've been running this since like '89.
Yeah,
how old are you, Jess?
Right? How are you holding it together? Good for you.
Yeah, it's a good gal, but Jesus Christ, 89.
No, I've been in New York like 1.5 years now. I moved there in June of 2020.
Where were you living in Boston when you were still in town?
I was living in New Hampshire. So I was
living
that's
right.
So
okay.
I was born in Boston, and I lived around the area for a bit. Then I lived on the West Coast for a while.
I just knew you lived out of town. I just assumed you like in the suburbs somewhere.
I lived right on the border of New Hampshire and Mass. So it was great coming to Boston because it would take me. I'd be on like the Sangamon Bridge in 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Where I'm going the opposite way of traffic anywhere I'm going. And then I could still go up and do like Maine and Vermont
all those
gigs
shows
and all those ones where you'd have to sit in an hour and a half of traffic just to get out of Boston, and I can kind of zip away. But now I have all those problems living in New York. I'm like, oh, hey, you want to come to a brewery in Connecticut? And I'm like, yeah, let me look. Oh, it's an hour. And then I look when I'm driving. I'm like, oh, it's 3.5 hours.
You keep a car in New York?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oof, where do you would you street park it?
Yeah. I live in Queens, so
I hope it's a real piece of shit so they don't get broken into or stolen.
Yeah, no, it's a Subaru Impreza.
Oh yeah, they're not touching that.
Yeah. It's got like 175,000 miles on it. It's
very New Hampshire lesbian of you.
Totally.
Subaru Impreza.
Fitting right in. Yeah.
You got the beard in the car to go with it.
Goddamn right. Let them have it. Come on in. The looks in traffic, sometimes I'll just put the bangs in front of it. Just let the...
You could pass for a lesbian.
Oh, me? No, I was going to go to a hike, but I got sad. Yeah, man. No, it was good. It was good for gigs up there. That's why I got so many miles on. I was just driving around New England doing gigs, and the all-wheel drive let it. So like, snowstorm or not, I didn't have to worry about fucking ending up in a ditch somewhere at some shitty. Last thing you want to do is be doing like a shitty VFW gig and then also crash into a fucking.
I did a bar gig. Speaking of Big Al, I did a bar gig with Big Al.
Yeah, love Big
Al. And Dan Bald did the best. Shout out Big Al. Got to get him on the podcast if he's ever in LA. I did a gig at a bar that I think Brianna Clausen set up.
Okay.
Like out in like Chelmsford or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And Dan was headlining, Al was middling, and I was hosting. And Al was like, oh, I'll give you a ride. driving rain. It's like November. It's awful.
Yeah.
And he's going like 30 miles an hour in the far lane. I'm like, but we're running late. I'm like, hey man, I know it's raining and whatnot, but we're the first 2 acts. Dan's already there. We should get there.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I can't go fast in this. I'm like, why not? He's like, well, I don't have insurance. I'm like, you idiot. And also the car's not registered.
Jesus.
So apparently he stole license plates.
You're driving around a fucking felony.
Yeah, so I can't get pulled over, kid. Like, fucking Al.
I can't get pulled over, kid.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've seen, he doesn't drink anymore, but I've seen him get fucking destroyed and drive that thing away. I'm like, Al, how many crimes do you want to commit at once, buddy?
Dude, he's the guy that gets pulled over like by the cops when they're filming the show. You know what I mean? Like he's the guy that's like,
he takes his shirt off to fit in.
Yeah, what a fucking gold mine we found with this dude.
I love that guy.
He's the best. I did a gig with him and Bulger up in New Hampshire. We were up at some crazy, like way up north at a campsite, and it was an outdoor show and like a little
perfect setting thing. Pre-COVID, perfect setting for that kind of thing.
Dude, and when we show up, it's little kids are just running and playing with the microphone, and then the show starts, and all the little kids are sitting in the front, and all the parents are standing in the back, like the show is for the little kids, and we were like,
oh my god, like you're about to break out some balloon animals or something like.
It's Big Al, dude. Like he's not a clean act.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Big Al's like me, but filthier. Yeah, and older.
Yeah, he's
way creepier.
He's a real guy. Like he's not going to tone it down.
Catch.
So he's
a
like,
real
all
catch.
right. I think I'm going to do a little less time on this. We rearranged the stuff. And then, dude, after that show, one of the guys that was like staying at the campsite was like, you guys want to come and like have a fire? And Bulger was like, sure, let's do it. We go to the back. This guy, it's like almost midnight now. And the guy just starts like the biggest fire ever.
Bonfire,
like a fucking bonfire in the middle of the woods.
Burning crosses. Oh my God, it's a Klan rally.
Dude, he just starts like breaking down his life to us. He's like, I've been to jail 4 times. I have a daughter who I love very much, who I haven't seen in a very, very long time.
Just depressing you with
like,
his life story.
Christ, I thought we were going to have a beer and talk shit about how crazy that show was, but apparently we're all therapists.
What is people's impetus to do that? Like some people do that. They'll just start revealing things about their life that you don't need to know. Who are these people?
I don't understand.
What is their thought process in this?
Yeah, like what makes you think that that's like, not that it's not okay, but it's just weird as fuck that that's how you meet somebody. It's like, hey, here's the most intimate.
Yeah, you unload the worst parts of your life all at once.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. I don't know. I'm very like, especially when I meet new people, especially like moving to New York, like I don't just bump into a green room and go, what's up, motherfuckers? Drew Dunn's here. I'm like, I have little conversations.
I made it.
I build up my like gumption to fucking be myself in front of new people. Other people just show up and they just kick down the door and go, anyway, since my dad died, I had never even loved anybody.
My dad never said he was proud of me. How's your father? What?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
How's your relationship with your dad? You ever see him naked? What the fuck you asking me?
What's your name again, by the way?
Hi, I'm Randy. What?
Yeah.
Was it a weird transition in New York? I don't think it's that hard. I mean, people in Boston are very similar.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is I was going back and forth a lot already, so I already at least knew kind of how the scene operated, but it is just a different social game. It's like going to a new high school, which I had done a few times in my life.
Oh, you have?
Like, my high school, I went to a different high school. I went to the same high school freshman, senior year, and a different high school sophomore, junior year. So
were you like in the military or some shit?
No, my parents just rented houses and fucking
no, my parents were just getting evicted.
Yeah, no, they were renting and didn't want to, like, the rent would go up and they'd be like, fuck this, we're going to fucking move. And then they'd move cross town and not realize they're moving 7 kids into a new school.
7 kids?
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't get more Irish Catholic than that.
Fucking A. We weren't even religious. My parents just didn't know that when you take antibiotics when you're on birth control, it cancels out the birth control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so be careful
I
with
didn't know that. Good tip.
Yeah.
Good tip.
If a girl is on birth control and she's taking an antibiotic,
put it in her butt.
Put it in her ass. That's right. Yeah. And I wish,
only butt stuff.
If only my dad had
known that antibiotics means butt stuff,
or that anal was an option. I mean,
in that era.
Yeah.
I wonder when like who the first guy was. It's like, you know what?
Oh, it's probably the first guy.
I mean, it's definitely early on.
It was like, it was probably like the 4th human ever that was like, well, there's another one right here.
But when did he? I wonder when it became commercial. Because it was. I'm sure they did it in the 30s. Just no one talked about it.
Yeah,
the gay guys always did it.
It had to have been when when showering became very prevalent.
Yeah.
Like when everyone had a warm shower in their house.
Yeah, and you don't want to.
You're not ass fucking in like
days, the Dust Bowl era. You got like a
Yeah.
tumbleweed and a bunch of cow shit up there. Like,
Yeah, dude.
and your own human shit for that
Going
matter.
to a whorehouse in like the 1800s.
Oh my god!
Like,
What do you think that was, dude?
You could probably smell that thing a mile away.
Dude, the houses of prostitution in the 1800s, it was so dirty that they would force the girls to shave their vagina to get all the lice out, and then put a merkin a genital rug on their vagina. So I guess hair was so in session, like so on point in that era. They would like put on a fake genital wig
on their
genital. It's called a merkin.
That's insane.
I wonder if they still sell those.
There's gotta be.
For like cancer patients?
My hotel's pretty close to the Hustler store on Hollywood Boulevard. I'll pop in.
Go pop in and see if they got a merkin line around the Hustler store.
Where's the merkin section? Is that in the back? I'll check. Imagine asking for customer service.
How? I mean, there's a kink that's got to come back in vogue.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna somehow. All right, listeners, start buying and using merkins.
Merkins.
I know you're all shaved, and many women are lasered now. So buy the merkin. You don't even have to do the shaving part now. You already got that part done.
I think guys have to start the trend. We got to just start doing
an ass merkin?
Yeah.
Like my butt hair?
Yeah, something like that. Or a little mustache above your cock or something like that. You know? Something decadent. Or
Put a Fu Manchu.
With little tassels hanging off the sides or something. Yeah.
Braiding my pubic hair all of a sudden.
Goddamn right.
I wonder if you could put dreadlocks in your pubic bush.
If your girl pulls down your pants and she sees a work of art, she's going to feel like she has to match it. That's how you make the trend happen again.
So dressing it up like a French poodle.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
Where do you keep getting these little ribbons?
Little berets everywhere.
Yeah.
Does your wife like New York? Is she from New Hampshire?
Yeah, she's from New Hampshire. She lived there her whole life, and her family's from there and stuff.
So how's she doing with the big city?
She's doing good. I mean, it's fun because from us, we know it's not like a permanent thing. Like I'm there to just be able to use New York for the rest of my career. That's the goal. So I just want to be there long enough, establish relationships, work my way up in these clubs, meet people, and then eventually, once I'm doing the road a lot, I'm kind of pulled the Nate Bargatze move and just go live wherever the fuck I want to live and come to the city when I want to. Probably back up in New England, dude. I love it up there.
Really? But I mean, like New Hampshire's tough to get to an airport.
It is.
See, that's the thing. You got to think about access.
But even in Nashua, where I was living before, like on the border there's an airport 30 minutes north, and then there's an airport 45 minutes south. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's not too bad. But no, it is true. The thing that sucks about there is that the cross country flights are still brutal.
Dude, it's killing me now.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the road with Jeff. We did Detroit last weekend, so we flew east, flew back.
Yeah.
And I'm flying to do North Carolina this weekend.
That's great.
And it's fun. Yeah. And look, I'm not complaining, but you know how it is. You don't decide when you play these clubs. It's up to their calendar. Exactly. And you're never going to say no. And just the same way, he's like, no matter how famous he gets, he wants to work every weekend if he can.
Yeah.
So if there's if there's a fallout or whatever, it's like, I'll take it. Totally. So we're just fucking, we're pinballing back and forth across the country, and it sucks going back east. That's the thing, man. Because I was living in Boston, I started going on the road with Jeff, and you'd gain time coming out this way. It's like, that was way easier.
Totally,
way easier.
You lose a whole day almost.
The whole day going back east.
And like, I'm coming back from this trip on Sunday, and all the flights at like 7 a.m. were fucking just wildly expensive. So I usually take a red eye anyway.
Yeah.
But then the red eyes on Saturday night, they were leaving at 10. They're all leaving at 10 p.m. So I'm like, if the show's ending at like 9:30,
there's no way I'm making that. Yeah.
Way. So I had to wait until I'm doing a 10 p.m. flight on the Sunday. So I have nothing all day Sunday in San Diego, and then I not even enough time to do a show. And then I got
just enough time to get really stoned.
Yeah, really stoned, really stoned, fucking float away. Hopefully, wake up, take another bus back to New Hampshire, and call it a day. Yeah.
A bus back to New Hampshire? What's the longest bus ride you've ever taken? That's a great question. That's a great question for poor people.
Yeah.
Because poor people take the bus. Make no mistake. No, it's not worth going there if it involves a bus ride. So only poor folks are going.
Yeah, I mean, I played college baseball, so like bus rides were just all around fucking New England, and then down. We did a bus to Florida once, I think. The bus to Florida.
Damn.
Brutal, dude. Brutal. And we did. That's how my parents did family vacations growing up.
Oh, yeah, no, we did too.
There was like 5 kids in my family.
Yeah, we would do the New York to Orlando, the Disney trip, the fucking Griswolds, and that would be roughly a day's thing. And I think it's almost worse in a car,
dude.
Especially with your family.
Dude,
at least on a bus, they don't expect. There's no expectation to talk to each other.
Yes, exactly.
I put my earbuds in, and no one's gonna bother me about what how I fucked up my life or whatever.
Dude, we drove from New Hampshire to Florida for a Disney vacation, which is just a great way to ruin a family vacation. To like drive to it. And my brother, who's autistic, was in like scream mode. So if there wasn't one of the 4 nursery rhymes playing in his head, he would just fucking ear curdling scream.
You know what? I get that.
But
I understand the impetus,
totally.
like sometimes you just want to let that shit out.
Yeah. But it's a balancing act of like, all right, would we rather hear the screaming or wheels on the bus for the 30,000th fucking time? It's like, let him scream. At least it's something different.
So all 7 kids in the van?
No, we took
caravan it down.
We caravanned across the country. That's how I moved out here. So like I was born in Boston.
I did drive out here.
We lived in Seattle for a bit. Seattle was there like kindergarten through 6th grade or something. And when we moved back, we all drove, and there was just 5 of us at the time. And yeah, it was a full van and a cat that drove fucking across the country. My parents were like, it's a vacation. I was like, we stopped for 35 seconds at Mount Rushmore, and that's it. That's not a fucking vacation.
No one got pissing the goddamn Gatorade bottles, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not stopping.
Yeah, literally, dude. Literally. We just fucking stopped, all right? If we're going to stop in 5 minutes, we're never going to fucking so.
Oh, dude, we used to do it like the straight Griswold in the panel van station wagon.
Yeah.
With 3 kids in the back, my mom, my father, my aunt, and my grandparents in the front, and they would just all 5 of them would take, so we wouldn't stop. Just go to the bathroom and eat, and then I'll take turns driving down and just do it like in one full loop.
Yeah, my dad drove
just
the whole
steaming
thing
in the back because obviously it's all glass, and on the way down to Florida in August it's pretty warm. I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah, no, it does get hot. Yeah, dude, that and having a fucking cat meow, and that cat almost became a new resident
too, man. Oh my god. Dude. The whole van smells like cat piss.
Just cat piss. Not to mention, dude, my parents like, oh, we'll go to a buffet the night before we go. My brother fucking ate too much and threw up in the car the night before we're all driving across country.
I used to get car sick.
So it just had that like stingy puke smell in it the whole time, like that. Ugh.
Dude, one time my buddy, listen to this, and I just thought of it because your brother throwing up in the car. One time my buddy, he was like drunk in high school and coming back from a friend's party, and obviously he shouldn't be, but he was drunk driving. Got into his driveway.
Yeah.
And just at that moment, as he's taking the key out of the ignition, he vomits all over the dashboard, all into like the vents of the car.
The worst.
He's like, dude, I just went upstairs, went to bed. My mom dragged me out of bed the next morning. She's like, you're gonna have to remove the whole dashboard and pick out every piece of vomit.
Dude. My brother did that same shit to me. My whole family had the flu. My brother wasn't getting it, so we're like, all right, he has a baseball practice. Drew, can you drive him? I was like, sure. As we go to the practice, we're coming back. He goes, I'm not really feeling too good. I said, hey, just whatever you do, don't throw up in the car. Like, if you have to puke, just say, hey, I'm going to throw up. I'll slam over the side of the road. You can throw up. Like, just don't puke.
Sometimes you just can't. Dude, you don't know what's coming up.
We get through the tolls. I look over, and he's just... and he started up. He's and
onto
went down.
The upholstered roof, because you know how back in the day they upholstered the roof.
Yeah. That's what it was, dude. It was the fucking felt roof all the way down into the vents in the back, into the vents in the front, down on the floor, and I was just like, ugh. Dude, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, the one thing I asked you. Please don't vomit in this car's. And then the rest of that car's life, it was every summer. No matter how
it would get hot. It would start to smell real weird.
Fucking gross, dude.
What's family for? Are you the oldest, youngest? Were you on the?
I'm a second oldest.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was.
So how young are you? You still like some kids in your family?
Yeah. So oldest is I'm 30. My older brother's 32, and then the youngest is 12.
You're only 30 years old, Drew. How the fuck am I a decade older than you? What were you, 15 when I started comedy?
I started when I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah. Time's flying, dude. It's almost been a fucking decade since I started.
Yeah, 6 years for me.
Fucking crazy.
Old Man River, fucking.
Yeah, man. What made you want to start? Like,
I've always loved it, dude. And I was working in finance before I got into this, and I was friends with Jeff. I met Jeff through Chase because I known Chase like 3 years before I started comedy.
Okay.
Because I was living down the block from Laugh Boston.
Yeah. Okay.
And he introduced me to Jeff one night. Jeff wanted to like come back to my place and watch a fight on pay-per-view that I was having some people over.
Oh, dope.
So I'd known them, and you know they knew I was a fan of comedy. And when I stopped working because they sold the company I was with, Jeff called me up. Chase was like, "Hey man, you gotta give it a shot," and I did, and I just like, all right, I love this.
That's great.
I bombed my nuts off for a solid year.
Man,
going to the Middle East and just taking them on the chin.
That was my first show ever.
So mine too.
First open mic ever.
Mine
Middle
too.
East.
Yeah. How long did you wait? 6 hours.
Yeah. I went up
the longest open mic ever. I mean, there'll be 100 names on that list some nights.
I didn't know how open mics work, so like. My dad was coming. My brothers were coming.
Oh, you brought the whole family out for your first 5 minutes?
Dude, I did not want them to, but they're like, we're going. We think you're funny. You got it. We got to go. My brother brings his new girlfriend. They're now married. And the first thing, somebody's on stage, and the girl walks in, and they just go, look at this fucking cunt. It's like, welcome to comedy, dude. Yeah.
Who was that?
I have no idea who it was.
You don't remember the comic?
I can't remember.
Maya Mannion, everybody up.
The only comic I remember from that show was Peter Martin. That's the only one I remember, seeing him and then working with him later on.
He kept going.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You lose a lot along the way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I was like 28th comic on the list or something like that.
That's not bad for the Middle East, dude. That means you got there early.
No, but they were doing like 5-minute sets for everybody back then. So it was a long show. I got there at 1:30 in the morning. I went on at 1:30 in the morning. The guy after me, they shut the lights off to the bar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was fucking
I mean, is that still going? I wonder if
I'm not sure. I know that the bar was at risk of closing. I know the bar's still
That bar
there
has
now.
been at risk of closing since it opened.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that bar is such a hole.
Yeah, it's the downstairs club that's keeping it open.
I'm pretty sure they're also laundering money. Yeah,
definitely.
Allegedly. I don't want to get sued by the Middle East back in Boston.
I've never seen it. I'm not a financial advisor. He used to be, but no longer.
I don't know. I like starting in Boston, man. It was
great.
Good place to. It's always weird because you were saying you brought your family out.
Yeah.
They decided to come out.
They were coming regardless.
I didn't tell anybody I was doing it until a year in, and even then I was still eating my nuts on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah.
But I had passable minutes.
Right. No, I mean I had a good start at least. Well,
you took off hot. You won the Boston Comedy Festival. 2 years in? 3 years in?
Yeah, 3 years in. 2017, I won it, and then I did
back
when
it paid well.
Yeah, sort of. I tied, so I.
You split it. Okay.
Yeah. So after taxes, I made $3,000, and then I had to get a root canal, and it disappeared.
Of course,
like that.
But I mean that $3,000 is probably equal to what you made your entire second year. Third and fourth year doing comedy.
Yeah.
One festival is 4 times what you made in the last 6 years.
It was fucking $25 working the door at Dick Doherty's.
Yeah.
I had to be there fucking 3 hours early and set up chairs and deal with people's coupons and tell them where to sit and then do the rules and then start my set. Right? That shit'll make you good though, dude.
Yeah,
if you can make people laugh after you just told them to sit in the front row because there's 8 people at the show,
for sure.
And they hate you.
That's one room I didn't get to do while I was there.
Really?
Unfortunately, well, it was gone by the time I started. I started in the end of 2016.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it was well on its way out then. I think Dick was already.
Yeah, and they weren't having me in 2016. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
They didn't know what the fuck I was.
Yeah, that was I did there. They used to do a 2-person bringer open mic show on Sundays, a pro-am show, and I did that a lot just to get stage time. And I always had fucking buddies or friends or somebody that wanted to come, so it made it pretty easy. If not, I'd just drag my fucking parents out.
Dude, I heard of a bringer show. I don't know if it was here in L.A. It was not in Boston. I was here in L.A. or I think maybe Texas, where the producer requires them to bring 10 people.
That's crazy. And New York does that. Gotham does.
10 people.
10 people.
That's a lot of people.
It's insane.
I mean, I don't even like 10 of my family members.
If I can bring 10 people to a show, you should be paying me.
Yeah, exactly, dude. If I could bring 10 people to a show, I wouldn't need to go to a bringer show.
That's called a draw.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a bringer anymore. That's me drawing an audience.
That's me drawing right now.
10 people is a
I wish I could draw 10 now.
Yeah. You kidding me? I hope 10 people show up to the mic drop. I have no idea. I got no clue if it's going well or not. Yeah, man. It's fucking wild. No, but Boston is a great place to start, man. I mean, you just have such a different variety of shows and peoples, and everybody thinks they're fucking funny out there.
Well, it's also everything's so close. You can do it's like mini New York. It's way cleaner, and everything's a lot closer together. So, you go down to Faneuil Hall, and you'll do 4 shows in walking distance of each other. At one point, there was the Mike or the Underground and White Bull Tavern, and then, the Gutter Boys had some real hellhole mic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you ever been to that little room? It's the only time I ever performed for a hooker trying to turn a trick.
I don't think I ever did the Gutter Boys. No.
Oh my God, I mean, it was literally it was just 4 old drunks at the bar.
Great.
15 comics. And 6 hookers trying to turn tricks with the drunks because they knew we were broke. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
they
and of course, somehow Tommy O'Deed and Kenny Capozzi found this hellhole. You know what? This would be a good open mic spot.
Yeah, this would be good.
Yeah, it's probably where they pick up meth.
Yeah, we can watch people question everything while we buy drugs. Yeah, dude. No, I mean, and coming out of the pandemic, a lot of the shows just kind of fell apart because some of the bars went out of business. You lost
that's all over the country, man.
Totally.
I mean, now
it's finally recovering. I mean, I was planning to move to New York beforehand anyway. It was.
Did you move right in the middle of the pandy?
I was planning to move March of 2020 before we even knew what the pandemic was because I did New Faces in 2019 at Just for Laughs.
Jesus, dude, I forgot you got that.
So I was trying to capitalize on that momentum, and I had some representation out there and stuff.
Did you win that from performing in Boston?
Yeah, I auditioned in Boston at Laugh, and then
nice, dude.
Yeah, that was in February, and I didn't hear anything until a week before, and then they call you up, and he was like, "Hey, Drew, I just want to say it was nice looking at you. We're definitely gonna keep an eye on you moving forward, and you better kill it because you're going to Montreal." I was like, "Oh, you fucking."
Playing nice,
bait
dude.
and switch. But yeah, no, that was like, I was trying to move to New York like that whole summer, which at the time my wife was working a day job. So we were trying to line her up a job out there and everything like that. And then we finally lined her up like a graphic design job. The branch that she was working at, the bank, was going out of business at the end of the year. So we're like, all right, let's find you a job. Then we'll go find a place. And then it was like end of February, beginning of March. We're like, all right, next week we're going to go apartment hunting. And then we're like,
well, that's kind of how fast you have to do it in New York, though. It's not, it's not
especially
like,
back then.
I signed at least 3 months ahead. Good luck. I mean, like they're on and off.
Yeah, so we were like, all right, we just got to, just do it, basically. And then they're like, this COVID thing's getting a little out of hand. Let's just wait a week, and we'll go from there. And thank God we did, or else we would have been fucked. Because all the money I had lined up from touring
and I wonder if you got a better deal. If you
Totally.
Yeah.
Way better deal.
Yeah, like, I signed my current lease in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
Way better deal. I'm paying the same money I was living in the Valley in West Hollywood. With garage parking.
Compared to the person in my apartment in Queens now, I'm paying $800 less per month than
what?
They were. Yeah.
$800. That's
less.
They must want you out bad, dude.
Well, now it's rent controlled too. It's so it can only go up like the percentage of the cost of living every year too. So they can't just like, because some of those like Manhattan apartments, I had buddies that moved from like way out in Brooklyn into Manhattan for like fractions of what the rent would be, and then they go, "Hey, yeah, we appreciate you doing that. Rent's now going to be $10,000."
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess I'm moving.
What part of Queens you in?
I'm in Astoria.
Okay, because I'm from Queens.
Okay, cool.
I've been up to Astoria.
Yeah.
A lot of Greek folks. Is it still a Greek neighborhood? Or I'm
Greek,
sure it's all hipsters now.
No, it's a lot of Greek folks still, and a lot of Mexican folks too. It's like a
well, I mean that's everywhere. That's America.
Really? Yeah,
America's Little Mexico.
Goddamn right, Mexico. That's what they call it.
I actually saw one of my favorite tweets last week. Not to bring up fucking other people's jokes. I don't know who this guy is, but he's like, so you're saying all these illegal immigrants are pouring across the border and they're bringing drugs and taking our jobs. So that's great because, I love drugs and I don't want to work. So that's a great joke, right?
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
I always get annoyed. Those are the jokes that bug me. Like, that was there for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like totally. When I tell stories on stage or I'm telling a joke about my life, like that's obviously can only be original to me. But I'm like, man, that one was just right there
just
for
right there.
any comic who could write
like
a joke.
Street joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like an immediate street joke.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder if I'll ever write a joke good enough that becomes a street joke.
I know. I don't. It's not my style though. That's just not how I write. That was such a specific way to be like, this guy does this, and then this happens. Boom.
Yeah. Big Al writes street jokes.
Yeah. Big Al is a walking street joke. He's walking down the street making jokes.
He is a fucking joke. I remember I remember you like very theatrical. So the bit I remember yours the most is when you do the racehorse thing.
Oh, the America's Number One.
Yeah. Which I was like, holy shit. Because you like do just a bunch of material and then you break out into like I said, it's very performative. And I have none of that.
Yeah.
I've realized I'm like I have like 2 pitches.
Right.
And then you look at some comics like, holy shit, they get through 5 different pitches.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Like,
voices have always kind of been my thing. Like just being able to like start, be a British person. That's how I start my shows now. Is I just go on stage and talk like this, and I convince everyone in the room that I'm from England, and I just flip the script on them. They're like, what the fuck?
That's impressive.
And then I tell them what they were doing in the moment, and that's like the most fun thing. It's just kind of pulling the curtain up.
I can't even do a chick's voice. Well, I'd say I have a conversation with my sister in my act, and it's just me in this voice.
It's just you back and forth.
And so she says
slightly deeper.
So she says, and then I say what she said.
Yeah. See, I can't, and I'm not an impressionist. Like I don't like the what would it be like if
Could you do them though? Have you tried?
I can do a couple of impressions, 1 or 2, maybe 1. Who knows? A lot of people say I can do many of them, but they don't know this. I know it. I'm an expert.
That's good, dude. Holy shit.
That and but it's not as fun for me because it's like research almost to go and figure out how to do it.
Well, my thing with guys who do impressions is like if it's just an impression of the guy, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
if you have to write a joke in that voice.
Yeah, and for me,
I'm like, all right, that.
And the funnest thing is to make that voice come out of nowhere. Like I don't want to introduce a voice. I don't want to say it. I just want to start doing it.
Yeah, you go into the joke.
Slap you across the face with it. You don't expect
fucking Corey Rodriguez wowed me because he was he was like
Corey's great.
Yeah, and Chase introduced me to him early, and I loved his material. And then I saw a clip of his online, and it's him doing Barack Obama. I was like, I text him. He's like, holy shit, you can do impressions? He's like, oh man, I can do all sorts of impressions.
No shit. Why did he use that?
He just had it in his back pocket. Like
crazy.
It was like an old Gotham Comedy Presents clip. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's some old shit. I'm like, that's something you just do and you don't even bring that up? Because I've seen him work clean, work dirty.
Yeah, you can do
I've seen him do act outs. He's a great writer. And you have, again, a 5-tool guy.
Totally.
And you have impressions, you fucking bastard.
Crazy. How are you not famous?
All I have is the F word for punchlines.
fuck. Or the other F word sometimes, depending on the city. Depending on the city. Sometimes they need it. Sometimes they need it.
Only in Boston.
Yeah, only in Boston. Well, or anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon. Yeah. Still flies.
Yeah, there's a big gap. Yeah. Boston and then Charleston.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And civilization kind of.
You can go to Dallas, Texas, but not Austin, Texas.
Exactly. In between, civilization exists.
Right. Exactly.
So how long do you think you'll stay in New York, dude?
At least another few years. I mean, I like it there. It's great. The food's great. The comedy's awesome. It's second to none. And it like just puts pressure on you because you see.
Also, I mean, it's like a good night here, you're doing 2 shows. I mean, you can do 5.
That's a bad night.
Easily. Yeah, I mean, easily.
Like,
just because of the distance.
Yeah, totally. And just the way public transportation works.
Yeah, the lack of it here.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's like, and I've never been a public transportation guy. I've always had a car, like especially living in New Hampshire, driving in
that was actually,
driving everywhere.
Dude, not taking public transportation for me, growing up in New York, was like a sign of status.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
it was a big thing when I was making enough money in finance to just pay for. I mean, this is before Uber, to pay for cabs everywhere.
Yeah, right.
And by pay for them, I mean expense them on my corporate card.
right. Write them off to some other guy.
I mean, you really see a different slice of life when you're down in the subway tunnel.
It's fun though, especially as a comic, because it makes you like my brain's just going.
There's a lot of opportunity on that train.
You just see people you'd never see before in your entire life, and you just put in situations like you're just amongst these crazy motherfuckers.
Have you had a good train experience? Has like a homeless guy taking a dump in the middle of the floor? Has anybody gotten robbed in front of you?
I've seen both a pair of tits and a dick on the train, same day. I was sitting on the seat, and I think it was the Pride Parade or something like that was going on.
I was like, was somebody titty?
No, I sat in the same seat, didn't move. The doors opened in front of me and revealing one time a set of tits. I was like, oh, nice, that's cool. And then the other time it was just a dude with his cock out, and I was like, dude, this is like the worst roulette.
It's like live chat roulette.
Yeah. Like fucking suck it. Skip. That and homeless dudes taking shits in the corners and stuff like that. It's all fun stuff.
Nothing like seeing a homeless person taking a dump in New York. And for all the people in LA who complain about the homeless in New York, I don't think the problem is as big as we kind of keep them down in the tunnels.
Yeah.
So you don't see them that much.
Yeah, it's colder. They have
exactly. You kill some off every winter. You know, there's a culling of the homeless herd.
I think they migrate actually.
I've always said they should migrate.
They should. Imagine you just see a herd of them just walking down like 95, just headed towards Florida.
But the homeless in New York they're like the Ivy League of homeless.
Yeah.
You know, like they're the most extreme.
Totally.
Most mentally disturbed, most drug-addled. And look, I hope they get help. But obviously, if somebody cared about them, they would have found them by now.
Totally.
You know, and for everyone who's like, we should do something, what are you doing?
Dude,
you can tell me how I should feel about the homeless when you let one sleep in your spare bedroom.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
I mean, like, all right, so it's
my buddy Dan Lamort has a great bit on that. He goes, my buddy says, oh, you should be, nice to homeless people. One of my friends is homeless. You should be nice to them. He goes, oh, clearly not that good of a friend.
Great joke. That's a great joke.
That's a good joke. Yeah.
Have you been attacked by a homeless man yet?
No, more like, every once in a while they'll just kind of scream in your ear or something.
Oh, no, yeah, they kind of
make you jump, but nothing like...
They make you shake, get you shook?
Yeah, nothing like dangerous or anything. The problem is like, you can't tell anybody else that lives in New York like a story about it because they're like, yeah, whatever. Like I saw a dude that was wearing a huge cone on his head and he was just walking around with 2 different Beats pills going like this with almost no pants on. Like they were up so high. And I was just like, dude, I just saw the craziest thing. They're like, oh, Conehead guy?
Dude.
Yeah, that's
Conehead guy.
He's out there every Wednesday. What do you mean?
He's named?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Beat, dude. What are you talking about?
You find out
this is his routine.
He probably has fucking 10,000 followers every day on TikTok. And
he's got a huge TikTok following.
He's live streaming the whole thing on Twitch. He's fucking, yeah.
Have you been mugged in New York?
No, not yet. I'm looking forward to that, though. I think that's going to be a fun experience.
I'm getting ready for it. I see, in prison, you're taping phone books around your torso in case they shiv you.
Go ahead. Give me a shot. Yeah, I'm ready for you. Yeah, no, I no experiences like that yet, luckily. But
I would wonder too, because if you're coming home late on the subway, and no, it's a lot safer than it was when I was growing up, and a lot safer than people think.
Yeah, it is.
But you are still traveling. You're done with the shows at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
this is when the freaks come out. Like you're on their hours.
Yeah,
it's not like you're doing a 9 to 5. I would expect you not to run into a fucking mugger on the 5 train at 8:30. There's no room for them to pull a knife. That means they could pull their arm out of their fucking pocket.
Yeah. No, totally, dude. Like my train is the same train that subway shooting happened on, where the guy threw smoke grenades. And, missed everybody. Throw the smoke grenades after, you fucking idiot. You don't throw it first. It makes it hard for you to see. fucking dumbass. I don't even know how to commit
Bad mass
murder.
shooter. Like, yeah.
Trying to be an arch villain like Joker.
Yeah, he watched Batman and just one too many times.
There's like I don't know if I want to talk. I'm not going to name names, but a comic did that recently. He's a guy,
what?
He was like an ex-con, and he got into an argument with a guy on a subway. He pulled out a gun and fucking shot him, and then he's ditched the country, and they're looking for him. I'm assuming he ditched the country anyway.
Well, I mean, look, a lot of crimes go unsolved.
Yeah.
He got into an argument on the train and shot a guy.
Yeah.
Look, I mean,
crazy. And the headline was like real life Joker in New York City or something like that.
Oh, and they didn't know it was a comic?
No, they did know it was a
comic.
Oh,
they figured out right away who it was?
They broke it down. Yeah, they know who it is. It's pictures
okay, so
up there.
Google, yeah, you won't name names. You can Google, comic shooter subway.
I'll say that guy was always very nice to me. He was, and I'm glad I was always very nice to him.
I love when people say that, like when some celebrity gets caught doing something they shouldn't do. It's like,
always nice to me.
He's always nice to me. Yeah, well, Hitler had a girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who they were nice to you.
Yeah,
they're still a monster.
They're still an insane person.
I mean,
totally, dude.
But shooting a guy, I get the impetus, like the desire, to draw down on someone who's annoying you.
Yes.
But the consequence
of
losing your freedom, is
in the words of Bill Burr, that's the difference between a psychopath and a functioning psychopath.
Exactly. There you go. Exactly. It's like I don't want to go to jail for the rest of my life, so let me not shoot this guy in public.
Exactly.
In private, if no one's looking.
Do I think we should all be able to shoot one person a year? Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
That would be interesting.
That would be really fun.
Well, dude,
I would blow mine in the first week and it would be gone.
I'd shoot myself.
Yeah. I think half the population probably would.
The guns go,
okay, really? I got this thing? All right. I was just trying to whistle. 2 guns.
Well, dude, I forget where I think it's like somewhere in South America, maybe Central America. There's like an indigenous culture where once a year, like the whole town gathers.
Yeah.
And like neighboring, people get to call each other out for a grudge, and they just punch each other for like 2 minutes.
Oh shit!
And then that's it. And then they all get hammered and party together.
Yeah.
And obviously it works well like in a small village, right? But I feel like that would get some of the steam out if you could just slap your neighbor that just annoyed you all year. Like
at least like one big game of Red Rover or something like that.
Oh my god! Well, how many? I wonder if in the village you can call out family members.
Yeah.
How many? How many interfamily squabbles are there going to be? Like, your sons punching fathers, daughters punching moms, husband and wife. I mean,
who knows? Maybe
is domestic violence legal in that little tribe? Who knows?
They might not even have the cultural thing where men don't hit women, women don't hit men. So it might just be sons calling out moms and dads calling out daughters,
smacking each other up.
Yeah, dude. Fucking.
That's great. Who would you? Yeah, if you could fight one person,
who
would it be?
If I could fight one person in the
world. Yeah.
Man, fucking.
You want to win too, right?
Like an American, I'm gonna fight Vladimir Putin. No, I'm losing that one, dude.
He knows judo. He might fuck you.
Yeah,
up.
He would fuck me up. That's the thing
but he's also old as shit. Might have cancer.
That's true.
So
too.
you don't know where you stand right there.
I gotta wait till like right when he's walking out of the chemotherapy office. When
he's
nice and weak.
When he's real weak and nauseous.
Yeah, when he's all
nauseous.
good
Slap.
Get him in an arm bar or something. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm not a fighter. Like it's. I think I am. That's what happens with me with stuff is I'll like watch videos online and then
I can handle myself.
I can figure it. You fucking I would have blocked that. I would have waxed that off.
I would have
fucking uppercut him. I did that all the time.
You're watching like Rocky, like bro, come on, you could slip that punch.
Yeah, come on, man.
In what world do I think I can do any of this shit?
Move your chin. Dude, I did that with downhill.
Stick and move, like they said on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in 1990.
Stick and move.
Stick and move.
Stick and move. Stick and move. Dude, I do that with all types of shit, dude. I did that with fucking downhill mountain biking and snowboarding. Where I just
ruined yourself?
Dude, I watched them online and I just got to the point where I was like, yeah, it looks easy enough. I can probably just do that. My buddy was like, oh, I do downhill mountain biking. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, dude, love to. And the fact that...
You have a bike? No,
I've never even put on a BMX helmet before. They barely fit my big fucking head. I put the BMX helmet on. I sit on this $1,500 bicycle that I'm renting.
Dude, those things are really expensive.
Crazy hydraulics, whatever, suspension. And the second my feet touch the pedals, I go, oh, I haven't been on a bicycle in 12 years. Like I haven't.
So wait, you haven't ridden a bike for any reason?
Hadn't been on any bicycle since I left Seattle because I was biking around all day. Then once I moved to
because it's fun to bike around in the wet rain.
Yeah, dude, that's all we had. All right.
It's the best thing I had going for me.
So, dude, and then all of a sudden I'm going up a fucking ski lift on a
Oh yeah,
mountain
dude,
bike.
that's actually really cool the way they convert those.
It's great. Yeah, you put the bike on, then you sit on. The
Yeah,
one
I did
behind
that
it
in
kind of thing.
Bozeman, Montana.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's like the spot. Montana's like the spot
Yeah,
for
it's
that
fucking
stuff.
nice.
And then they do like a quick like safety run through thing. So you go.
Oh, you mean if you break the bike, this is how much it costs?
Yeah.
Every safety run through I've ever been to at a rental place is all right. It's put your helmet on.
Yeah.
Put your pads on, and if you break anything on the bike, this is what each part costs.
Yeah, that's why I remembered still to this day that it was a $1,500 bike.
Yeah, exactly. They broke down the cost one
into
by fucking one.
head. And they tell you, how to brake. Here's how you brake. And they're like, all right, we're gonna go down the slowest, easiest course. They're all graded like snowboard. It's like green circle, blue triangle, black diamond, all that kind of stuff. And the green one was already way faster than I've ever been on a bike. You're just going downhill. You're going down a mountain, dude. And like you think like, oh, you can just hit those berms. It's like that takes technique to like know how to hit
also
those
bikes are like the performance on those bikes is surprising. Like
crazy.
If you've ridden a regular bike and then you get on a downhill mountain bike with the hydraulics, you don't know like, oh, you got to lean back and the bike will do the work.
Yes.
You're used to doing like what you normally like. You stand up and try to control, and that is not what you want to be doing.
That thing, you'll be going over roots like that, and that thing will just be smooth right over. It's crazy. It's crazy. And dude, you'd go like flying down a hill like 60 feet into like a wood plank bridge like this wide, and then little squirrels and chipmunks would just hop up. I'd be like, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. And that's all my brain was just going like, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself.
There are trees lining it, so you could end up like Sonny Bono.
Literally, dude.
Just fucking whack.
You'd be going over like pits and stuff like that, and like. And then about halfway through the day, we're going down like one of the slower ones. All my buddies stopped, and I went to stop, and then I just fell on my side, and I just broke 2 ribs. So I was like, it wasn't even a bad.
Is what broke you?
It wasn't a bad fall, but I just like lost my balance on the bike, and then just fell full sideways.
But you didn't break the bike. Your ribs are
didn't
cheaper
break
than
the
bike.
Exactly. Well, not without health insurance. It was still.
That's
pretty
what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, I've been rocking without health insurance for 6 years now.
Yeah, dude.
Getting a little dicey. I'm 40 this year.
I'm playing defense, baby. That's all
dude,
I'm doing.
I pay for the dental work.
Yeah, I do too,
I take care of the teeth so it doesn't get to doesn't get any further in.
It's fucking
I
brutal.
go get my physical, twice a year. I do pay for that out of pocket just so
I'm well over.
if I catch a polyp in my anus, so that way I know I can just die of cancer because I can't afford the treatment.
Yeah, exactly. At least you'll know it's coming. At least you'll know what got you. Won't be like, why did that hurt?
I can get to set up a GoFundMe for all my lovely listeners to pay for my anus cancer.
Yeah, there you go. We'll do a charity show. Not raise anywhere close to enough money, but we'll still get it on a big check for you.
Yeah. $480 on a giant oversized check.
Yeah,
for no good reason.
Dude, I've been at fucking that festival, dude. I want to.
Do you keep the big check? Where is it? What did you do with the big check for the Boston
fucking
Conference?
folded up because I had to put it in my carry-on.
Yes, always.
Oh no, that was from the West Coast competition. I had to fold up.
Which one? Seattle Comedy? Which one did you do?
No, it's fucking Big Pine.
I thought you won Big Pine too. That's right. Nice.
Yeah. And they gave me the big check, and it was funny because it was at a.
Why don't you just mail it back, dude?
It was at a club I headline already.
Yeah.
And the check was for less money than I made last time I was at the club. Like, I made
less than your headliner.
I headlined the weekend. You make, a couple grand. I get a big check for $1,000. I was like, just great.
Yeah, can you just send me a screen grab?
Thanks for the sentimental.
Wait, I love that you kept it. It's just folded in your house.
It is folded in my house
why don't you mount it?
Because it's fucking creases in it.
Next to your big fucking Boston Comedy Festival
and
check.
all my participation trophies. Yeah.
No, the other meaningless rags I have in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a nice thought. It's a cool thing, but it's like I'm not gonna.
You don't have a sentimental value attached.
It's like, also, I'm not gonna walk through an airport with an unfolded big check. You know what I mean? Like,
you're gonna be that guy.
How big of a douche? And they're like, how
that
much
would
did
be
you
awesome.
win?
Like
Oh my god, what
like
this guy
coming
wins?
from The Price is Right.
Yeah. Like, holy shit, $1,000. The fuck? That's how much my flight cost.
What is it? A Make-A-Wish? What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, why is that not enough?
That's how you're gonna pay for the flight.
Yeah.
You put the big cardboard check on the counter.
Who should I make this out to?
Yeah, can I endorse it over to
pay to the order.
Endorse it over to Spirit Airlines.
It's either, I was gonna say, Spirit or Frontier would definitely take it.
If it's Frontier, that's the only way they get money in Frontier.
Those ones that don't include the fucking seat or the seat belt without an upcharge or something
my
like that.
God.
I stopped flying them, dude. I wrote them off. I can't do it anymore.
Sometimes, dude, like the thing is, when you're a guy like me and you miss flights because you're drunk,
yeah,
you have to take the next flight out, and sometimes like, oh shit, I'm stuck on this shit flight.
Yeah,
I took a Spirit flight back this week from Detroit. Thank God it was direct. I swear to God, the chair I was sitting in was a folding chair with a seatbelt. I'm pretty sure we were sliding across the fucking plane as we took off. There was no padding on it.
That's insane.
It was just it was worse than one of like the Fung Hua buses. In Boston's Chinatown between Boston and New York.
Yeah.
I don't even think they call them Fung Hua anymore. They're like a mega bus or something now.
Yeah, something like that.
It used to be Fung Hua.
It says $1 where like the guy.
Yeah, it was $10 from Chinatown in New York to Chinatown in Boston.
Yeah.
On these buses, and the seats were just straight plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, and that's what it was. I'm like, wait, how much money do you need to make? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's insane.
Pretty soon it's gonna be standing room only on Spirit Airlines.
Right. It's gonna be like a subway. Yeah, you're gonna be a whole nother instructional video. Make sure you wrap your wrist around during takeoff.
They're gonna put a smoking section back on. Fuck it.
It's like two little sandal slots that are just mounted to the floor.
Newport's only in the back.
Yeah. If you are in the smoking section today, make sure you blow your smoke to the left or right.
All right, we're getting close to the end here, and I like to do a little news at the end of the show.
All right, let's do it.
And of course, I pick them out, and I usually get them from the New York Post because it is, a very, very reputable piece of paper.
Damn right.
I mean, they give it out for free on the subway. And I saw this, and obviously this pertains to both of us. Dozens of UMass students in hospital over dangerous Borg TikTok booze trend. 28 ambulances had to be called, some from neighboring towns, as over 32 students got hammered on St. Patrick's Day at the Blarney Blowout. These hordes of students were gathering in the snow and enjoying the festivities, and they were following the destructive trend that has become popular on TikTok among college-age users who claim the Borg mixture keeps you hydrated as you binge drink. Now, in the Borg mixture is apparently electrolytes, like Gatorade, but then 2/5 of hard alcohol. And they put it in a gallon jug, and they're supposed to drink this. Apparently, it's equivalent to anywhere from 16 to 30 drinks if you drink the gallon.
That's insane.
Now, did you go to college?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You go to college in New Hampshire?
Yeah. Mass for a couple years, in New Hampshire for a couple years, yeah.
32 fucking ambulances is an insane party.
That's
I want to be at
wild.
this party. But also, who are their friends? I mean, like, we got drunk in college, too. And all of my friends knew, don't call health services.
Dude, yeah, you let it fly.
Just let them throw up.
Yeah,
I'm sure every one of these kids. Look, I'm not saying don't be safe if you're fucked up and you have alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
But I'm sure 32 of these kids didn't need an ambulance.
No, probably 2 of them did.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, yeah, dude, I mean, everybody had some sort of concoction like that.
Well, that's what it was.
Because like for me, when I was in college, 4 Locos had just.
Oh man! Oh, so you
off.
hit at the right time.
And then halfway through my college, they like stopped. They're like, we're not making them anymore. And then like the year later, they're like,
that's
they're 4
post-college
Locos, but
for
they're
me.
not. But those original 4 Locos, dude, you shoot one of those back, you shoot 2 of them back, you're blacking out.
Yeah,
you're just blacking out. There's nothing you're gonna do. And like,
it
gives
like
you
40
energy.
ounces, 32 ounces.
Yeah, they were like the biggest can you've ever seen. You'd have like you
like a
have
liter
to carry
cola?
them in like you're a fucking bazooka guy in the army. Like, yeah, dude, that's insane. And then we also had jungle juice, which
we
was
used to
like
make jungle juice.
Yeah, it's like a 30 rack of beer and like some liquor and then some sort of juice.
my
or
God.
something like that. Everybody had some sort of concoction.
I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't me who did it. A buddy of mine, we had the jungle juice like in the fraternity house.
Yeah.
And there was like one for the brothers.
Yeah.
And he popped that fucker open and put in two bottles of NyQuil. I'm like, why would you put that?
You're making lean on.
Yeah.
Supposed to be going up,
and
not down.
This is like 2002.
Yeah.
So it's like when lean wasn't really a thing yet.
Yeah.
But this
is just what this guy did.
We'll kick this one up a notch. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. And thank God I saw him do it, so I avoided this fucking thing. But,
oh my God.
But kids, I feel like that's what college is about, getting drunk and making mistakes.
Yeah, it's about getting too drunk and kind of finding your limits, I think. The problem is that some people find their limit too quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they go past that limit too far that they don't realize. You know?
I also think younger people are in high school. They haven't, flirted with a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So when they get there now, it kind of overwhelms them.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like kids today kids today. How fucking old am I? Young people these days take even worse. Take less.
These damn kids.
Yeah, these fuckers. Take less risks than prior generations. So when they do, it really fucking overwhelms them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
totally. And everything is still so taboo to a lot of people that like once you finally have access to it, and it's a cultural thing where they think that's what they're
a big part.
That's what you're supposed to do too.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we're in college. This is what you're supposed to do at college. I've seen the movies. I've seen the shows. I've talked to my buddies. This is what you do here.
Yeah.
Is you go crazy. You put a vending machine in an elevator and shit like that. You
But
know?
I will say in this particular instance, TikTok trends What fucking loser does TikTok trends anymore?
I mean,
haven't we learned this from the Kiki Shuffle when people got fucking hit
yeah,
by a car?
and the Tide Pods and the fucking. I mean,
the ice bucket challenge.
That was at least for like ALS or something like that.
But there were people just doing it and not donating.
Yeah, I know. They were just like, oh, that was crazy. I challenged my aunt.
I've never done one internet challenge and I refuse to do it.
No, me neither, dude. I don't hop on TikTok trends. I mean, I'm on all those social medias, but I post stand-up content.
Yeah,
I'm not doing like, oh, there's this trending sound. We have to do this, and then it's like...
Oh, yeah, doing the dance?
Or that, or just like random, like just perfectly like, oh, this is how you use this filter. Is you do this scene, then that scene, then this scene. It's all just so contrived, and like, I feel like a hack when I do any of that stuff.
Well,
I feel so
what
gross.
I'm most fascinated by is how well that kind of shit works.
I know.
Like what? Like,
does it though? Because I think you just get lost in the muck.
That's what I think it is.
You can have 100,000 likes on that one. That doesn't mean anybody knows you or remembers you.
Yeah.
And then it's like a drug, dude. That's the way that it's treated.
They
like
kind of hijacked your.
You're chasing the dragon. You got that big video. You got that dopamine hit. You're like, fucking yeah, I'm gonna get famous just like I always thought I would. And then you just fucking post the next one. I got a little less views. That's okay. I'll do another. And post the next one. Then you're just stuck in this trap of trying to like, what's the trending sound? What is? I'll do that. And then it finally hits you like, I'm the best. It's like nobody knows you. Nobody cares. Everybody's doing it. Like
it becomes so tacky. Dude, I have like a my own TikTok. I never use it, but I just started one for the podcast. Like, let me post because I have 1,000 clips from all the different. Because now that I've been using the studio for several months, I was like, I might as well use them on here.
Yeah,
and I'll go through the feed for like mine. And I'm like, oh, the algorithm has no idea who I am.
Yeah, that's good.
It'll send me like some stand-up clips of comedians I don't like.
Yeah, it's testing it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's doing poorly.
Yeah,
and then it'll send me like fucking like Steve Harvey, like dating advice. I'm like, really? Like, in what world am I taking advice from Steve Harvey? Oh, for divorced Steve.
Yeah,
you know.
Right. Well, maybe if you want a similar outcome, different. Everybody's got goals in this life.
Wives.
Yeah, exactly. If you only have one so far, then
I gotta stack them up.
You gotta stack them up.
That's how you know you're wealthy. If you have multiple ex-wives.
Yeah, if you can afford that level of alimony, that's wealth. That's
because if you couldn't, that's when you just walked away. Remember when we were kids? Dad went for a pack of cigarettes and never came home.
Yeah, exactly.
Just started a whole new family somewhere else.
Yeah, you can't do that when you host
different kids.
Yeah,
not this day and age, man. You got to have bread to leave your wife,
and especially not when you host Family Feud. There's no hiding from that, dude. You can't be Steve Harvey and disappear into the abyss.
Dude, I'm a big Family Feud fan. You like Family Feud?
I haven't watched it in forever, but I fucking love it. Anytime clips come up, and we used to watch it. That and Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. What's your favorite Wheel of Fortune game?
What do you mean?
Like games? of the different you could do Plinko. You could do.
Oh no, you're thinking of Price is Right.
Price is Right.
I was gonna say Wheel of Fortune. I think the one game they spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel, bud.
I like it when they get money. I also like it when they go bankrupt.
I was thinking.
No, Price is Right is fun too. That's another good one as well.
Price is Right, tremendous.
Good to see Drew Carey hanging in there too, huh?
Oh man, he's making fucking big bread.
And he's gonna be
hanging in there my ass.
No,
he's killing it.
I mean, he's killing it, but I just mean like he is slowly morphed into exactly a host of one of those shows.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
we grew up on the old guys hosting those shows, the Bob Barkers of the world, the Trebeks and stuff.
I wonder why the skinny mic ever became a thing.
Yeah, the little all right.
Like was that the only mic they had in the 70s?
Or maybe it was easier to talk to people in the crowd or something like that.
He was social distancing before it was a thing.
Ahead of his time. Yeah, he was like, these dogs should have their balls cut off, and I don't want to be close to any of these people. Stay new to your pets and don't fucking touch me. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. All right, here's the next one. I just talked about I just had an article about bears last week, but found another great one. When a bear attacks, don't push a slower friend down, according to the National Park Service.
Oh, yeah? There was my fucking plan. Well, what's all this running for if I'm not trying to stay a step ahead?
The National Park Service advised park goers facing bear attacks to not push down a slower friend, prompting a humorous back and forth on social media. Oh, how funny are the responses?
Yeah.
But do you really think they need to tell us not to throw down loved ones before the bear?
Yeah, but they didn't offer an alternative either. They're like, hey, don't throw your fat friend down. Instead, you should, sacrifice myself? No, fuck him. He should have trained harder.
Well, they tell you to get big and try and scare it away, and if it keeps coming, to get into a defensive fetal position.
Yeah, depending on the type of bear. You know what I mean?
Also, who wrote this? Fetal position. I'm pretty sure a bear paw can go through my back.
Yeah, here's my asshole. No, dude. I ain't playing that. I'm fist fighting that fucking bear.
Yeah, would you want to go asshole first to a bear? I think I want to go neck first, so it just bites me and it's over.
Dude, I almost
right. I
just fucking rip my throat out, dude. But the problem is half those animals eat you like asshole first.
See, that's the thing about wild animals, man.
Yeah,
I follow Nature's Metal on Instagram.
Same.
And they don't, like you hope to get killed by a cat because they suffocate you before they eat you.
Right.
Or like a snake where they constrict you and you die and then they eat you.
Yeah.
You know, you ever watch like a baboon eat a colobus monkey? They just start taking out just back meat with their fingers.
They're like, should I eat your left or right testicle first?
Oh
That's
my
where
God.
I'm starting.
Dude,
is with
I
your
watched
balls.
a Komodo dragon eat the infant out of like an impala's belly before it ate the rest of the impala.
Dude.
You know, like,
it's so
squealing.
insane.
It's creepy.
I almost ran into a bear this past summer. Me and my buddies rented
That's
like
what
a
happens
log.
in New Hampshire.
Did we rent a
I run
log
into homeless
cabin?
people in New York. You run into bears.
Yeah.
When I run into a bear in New York, it's a really burly gay guy.
I was gonna say I run into bears in New York all the time. They're just not a threat.
They're a threat.
Unless they're really convincing.
They're a threat. Depends on what you're wearing.
Depends on how good their sales pitch is. We rented this log cabin up in New Hampshire, and it was the first morning, and it's called Bear Cavern. So
they really fucking
they know there's bears
it
around, and I went to go take the trash out from the night before, all the beer cans and shit like that. I go to step out front, and my buddy goes, "Holy fuck!" And I was like, "What?" And they go, "There's a bear in the fucking trash can right now, dude." There was a fucking little, like, it must have been like maybe adolescent black bear, but it was just trying to rip into these like bear-proof trash cans. It was just fucking trying to get in it, like pushing it around. I was about to walk right around the corner of the back of the house and look at that thing in the face, dude.
Yeah, man, but I feel like even an 80-pound bear is gonna take your ass apart.
It would fuck me
that's
up,
what I'm
dude.
saying. Like,
no, it's not like it's an adolescent, I can take it. It was like, no,
I mean, most dogs will ruin you.
Dude, one cat. We had a cat that
I've had this conversation.
Cats will fuck you up.
Yeah. I just talked about this 2 podcasts ago.
Dude,
a cat has no remorse for human beings.
A cat literally terrorized my family. She got pregnant. We rescued it. My uncle's upstairs neighbor moved out, left the cat, and we took the cat in, and the cat was pregnant when we took it in. So the cat had a litter, and it became super defensive of the cat. So my brother was like walking down the hallway, like stomping his feet, and
trying to let the cat know he's coming.
Not even that. That's just how he walked. It's flat-footed. He opened the door at the end, dude, and the cat just came flying at him and attached to his face. He comes running down the hallway with a cat just clung to his face, claws in his fucking head.
The fuck?
Because the cat got super defensive of its babies.
Yeah, and those things are so nimble, man. I mean,
they're so
fast. Like I said, even a jiu-jitsu master would have a tough time with a house
Yeah.
cat. You know,
Well, dude,
they're so spry.
I saw a video recently of like a snake. It was a snake and a house cat, and the snake was like right when the snake went to like bite it, the cat already slapped
the shit out of it.
And it was like, and then the video was like, cats have like a 0.25 second faster reaction time than a snake. I'm like, I'm way slower than a snake.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting bit by both.
Snakes can catch mice with their face.
Dude,
I can't catch them with a trap.
No chance, dude. No chance.
No chance at all, bro.
Yeah, dude, a bear would fuck me up, let alone a house cat.
Well, yeah, even a juvenile.
I was gonna say probably a rabid gerbil would like give me a run for my money.
That's
running up your leg or getting around.
What's the smallest animal you can easily take? Dude, because I feel like a big enough bird will peck the fuck out of you.
Birds would fucking suck, dude. Like I don't get
anything with talons.
I don't get why people have birds as pets either. Like I don't get the craze of like, I got this fucking parrot. I'm like, that thing's gonna outlive you. Like you're just gonna give
a tortoise.
You're just giving that burden to somebody else. Like when you die, like the birds live like 60 years. You buy it when you're 30 or 40. Like that bird's gonna outlive you. You're fucked.
Also, like, what joy can you get from a bird?
I guess talking. The talking's pretty.
Oh my God, how lonely are you?
Yeah.
That a bird is your companion.
But how interesting.
What are you, a fucking pirate on the high seas?
Yeah. You're lonely. Yeah. She's not gonna call.
Your dad loves you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Positive affirmations, Timmy.
All right, here's a great one. I saw this, and it took me a second to get my bearings. Bride is horrified after catching the groom being breastfed by his mother before the wedding ceremony.
Jesus.
A woman has gone viral after revealing that a groom was caught allegedly being breastfed by his mother on the wedding day. In the latest episode of the Unfiltered Bride podcast, someone tells a story, an anonymous story, referring to a makeup artist by the fake name Jenny, how she found out that after getting ready for the wedding, she went down to the restroom and she caught her son, or her soon-to-be husband, breastfeeding with his mother.
Whoa, dude.
The question is, look, I'm not about child brides, but I hope
Yeah, I hope that.
I hope these are two
like,
4-year-olds.
These are
two 2-year-olds who are getting married.
Adults. Yeah, yeah.
Consenting adults.
Yeah. No, I mean the people getting married are 2 adults. It's not like some weird fucking Amish like 11-year-olds.
I don't know, man. I think marrying two 2-year-olds together and having the 2-year-old breastfeed with his mother.
Yeah.
Is better than having 2 30-year-olds getting married and a 30-year-old sucking on his mom's boob in the bathroom.
I mean, maybe he's just really against anxiety medication. You know, maybe he needs.
Well, the question is,
some people self-medicate with alcohol.
Some people breast milk.
Some people need their moms. How is his mom still producing milk?
That's what I want to know. How is his mom?
I mean, I guess if she's pregnant recently or something, or
he's been breastfeeding the entire time. The entire time.
Whoa, I gotta go visit my parents, babe.
How blown out are his mom's boobs?
My mom's the garage door's broken. I gotta go fix it.
Thirsty.
Yeah. we're out of milk, babe. I gotta go run to the store.
How blown out are his mom's boobs after 30 years of nursing?
God, dude, long chewed nipples.
The best part about that story, Drew, is that she went through at the ceremony.
She did.
She went through at the ceremony.
Wow. She's like, well, if he knocks me up, he'll be breastfeeding off of me.
I mean, and also like at that age, if you're an adult, even if it's breastfeeding, there's some sexual undertones to it.
Yeah, you can't be sucking on a titty
an adult. Think about it in the reverse. What if the groom caught her sucking on her father's pecker?
Yeah, that's not exactly the same, but I agree.
You know, it's whatever appendage. You know,
like, that's the only
fluid comes out.
We have
the same.
Suckable.
It's a suckable.
It's a suckable. Everyone's got a couple of suckables.
Couple suckables.
Fingers, toes,
balls, whatever you want.
Balls. Yeah.
Nipples.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking strange, man. I mean, you gotta. What do you do? Like, if you're that lady, you have to live with that knowledge forever. How do you still respect that guy?
Well,
like, how weird are you to go forward?
What troubles me is that they don't explain why this guy was sucking. Like, what excuse he had for sucking his mom's breast.
Yeah, he was like, you don't get it. She just got bit by a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Sucking the venom.
Maybe it was his stepmom, like in the porn movies.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to see this guy's porn searches and really find out how.
Yeah, and it might not be his birth mother. It might be his stepmother.
Could be a stepmom
which will make it, cheating, but at least it won't make it incest.
Well, maybe, yeah, right. Maybe when they walked in, they were like, come on. It wasn't like, oh my God. It was like, this is the video I've been watching for years.
It's happening. It's
Mom,
finally
I
happening.
told you that we needed this public bathroom to do it because she would walk in.
We need to wait till my wedding day.
He was nervous.
He needed a pacifier.
Yeah, he needed something to just be like, it's going to be okay.
How do you go through with it? I don't.
Picture making that sound as an adult. Ow, you bit me. Sorry, Mom.
You bit me too hard.
You need to shave. You're
scuffing up my areolas. Shave, buddy. Yeah. How do you go through with that wedding?
I don't know.
How do you say, all right, guys, you don't have to explain to the other guests why you're calling it off.
Yeah, you don't have like
hey,
the DJ make a quick announcement.
Yeah, hey, the groom got caught sucking his mom's titty in the bathroom, so the wedding's off. No, he's like, sorry, the bride disappeared.
Yeah, the bride's gone. He's like, I don't know what's wrong.
How much therapy do you think they go to recover this relationship?
That's like, I mean, you have to get to the root of that problem. You have to figure out why.
Yeah, big Oedipus complex.
Why you're like, I have to fucking
suck my mom's
Why is that
booby.
my go-to when I get upset?
I wonder how long he's been doing it.
It would be weird if he didn't breastfeed when he was a kid, and now it's like a coping mechanism.
That's hilarious. Yeah, he started breastfeeding at 15.
Yeah, he started in high school, like some weird. He knocked up a girl when he was 16 and got into it. Now it's a kink. Now are we kink shaming? I don't know. I think we should be open-minded. Fuck, man.
You ever tried breast milk?
I'm trying to think, dude. My mom was pregnant most of my childhood. I'm sure I did.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a point where she was like squeezing her fucking titty milk at everybody.
You brought her to Super Soaker and she just squeezed her titty.
She's like, I gotta fucking pump this. Yeah.
She's out by the pool.
I mean, I'm sure I tried it when I was a young one, but not recently. My wife, I got no kids, so when my wife gets pregnant, I'll probably give it a shot.
I mean, that's the best time, I think.
Yeah. It's like, well, what is it? You know?
You guys gonna have a few?
Not yet.
You got some time.
We need insurance, like I said. You don't want to have a kid with no
insurance. You need to get the TikTok numbers up.
I need to get those.
Miss Dunn.
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't rely on him.
Oh, no, I edit her TikTok, so yeah, she doesn't need to rely
sorry, the YouTubes.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, no. We'll have a couple of kids, but not for a little bit. And not just one. I don't want to have just one.
You want to have
But
7.
I don't want to have more than 2 either.
So yeah, you want to stay in man covers.
2, 3 absolute max, but fucking.
Yeah, hopefully
that's the
all
line.
yours.
Yeah, fucking better. I'm too jealous, dude. I'll fucking leave everybody. I'll change my name. I'll disappear in the night if I find
You'll go for
out.
the pack of cigarettes. And
Yeah,
never come home.
dude. I'm like, I won't even go for cigarettes. I'll say, fucking see ya. Have fun finding me, and I go right to City Hall and change my name. That's the first thing I do.
Move to Australia, start doing comedy down there.
Yeah, I'll go international.
You have the accent. You can
No, I won't even go to an English-speaking country. I'll go to like Thailand or China or Japan or some shit.
Just gonna give up and go to Thailand.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just go be with the lady boys and call it a day.
Oh, you can suck on their titties.
Fucking A. Here's to that.
This is fun, dude. So this is coming out next week. What do you got coming up this following weekend?
I'm on the road a lot this coming week. Just go to my website, DrewDunnComedy.com, or just follow me on socials at Drew Dunn Comedy.
There you go.
Check out my podcast, Character Debates. And yeah, man,
It's a good one.
doing the thing.
Very good one. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's very like a lot of production in that. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's me, my buddy Michael Harrison, and Jake Vevra, and then we bring in guests and we just debate in character. So I'm a different person every episode. I've played everything from Trump to Matthew McConaughey to fucking
All the greats.
Rory McIlroy.
The real Nobel laureates.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. This was fun.
All right, guys. That's it for this episode. We'll be back next week with more hijinks and bullshit, and I'll probably be drunk and smoking weed again. Follow us on social at Ready Sip Low Podcast. Follow me at Randy Blair. We love you guys. Peace.